So I finally had a chance to sit down and play the Yakuza 6 demo. I mean, this demo's been out for about a week and a half at this point. And unfortunately, last weekend, I was actually busy. I got to play this game for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I had to, Jake and I had to actually leave because we were seeing Tomb Raider. And, you know, by the time we got back, it was just late, so, you know, we just went to bed. But, you know, I never really had time to go back and play it that week. So this past weekend, I made it a point to go and play the Yakuza 6 demo. I was going to play it for about an hour, you know, hour and a half. Just wanted to get in there and see how the game controlled, you know, and I'm a big Yakuza fan myself. You know, I played the majority of the games, and I'm really looking forward to this one. And people, I couldn't put this game down. Like literally, I played this game for about 2 hours. Then I played Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which is the current game right now I'm playing. And then I went back to this game later that night and played for about another 2 to 2.5 hours. I mean, I was just so in love and just taken aback by what I was seeing on my TV when playing this game. Now, for those of you who are completely unaware and have never played a Yakuza game, I feel very sorry for you, all right? Now, this is the Yakuza game you're going to want to play or at least check out. But the Yakuza series has always been a very quirky, you know, Japanese series, and for a lot of for a lot of people, that's the reason why they haven't played this game. Is I know a lot of people have this mindset of it's a Japanese game; those games aren't just for me. You know, it's not the type of games that I enjoy playing. However, Yakuza for me is an anomaly in the rest of those games, kind of bunched into that stigma. This is a game that has an incredibly engaging, emotional, character-driven narrative combined with the most satisfying, and I will say this, the most satisfying hand-to-hand combat you have ever played in a exploration open-world style game of this style. I mean, this game is just, it hits it on all cylinders, right? However, that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I love the Yakuza franchise, and I want as many people to try out this game as possible, because just like you, I bet anybody who tries this game out will quickly fall in love with this franchise and will understand where I'm coming from here. It's a really great game, and all of the Yakuza games, you know, have been just great so far. They made stupid spin-offs, and even those were entertaining. It's just ridiculous, the power of you know, of these game developers, and they just know how to craft good games. But when I played the Yakuza 6 demo, I mean, I was blown out of my seat. I was literally lost for words, and I'm still lost for words as to what I'm seeing right now. This has to be the most complex, most detailed, most interesting world to explore, and it got me thinking, because, you know, I played a bunch of open world games. I played Grand Theft Auto, I played Watch Dogs. You know, I just played Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, you know, and there's a lot of open world games these days that, you know, are going to that route, and it's sort of like, it's open world for the sake of it being open world. It's like there's really no point. Like, for example, I just played The Evil Within 2. I love The Evil Within 2. I thought it was a great game, but I just didn't see a point to the game's open world. Like, it didn't, like... It was, the exploration part was there, but I was just sitting there scratching my head saying, you know what, I wouldn't have minded if this game was linear. You know, and the Yakuza franchise, to call it an open world game, you have to sort of put an asterisk next to that. You know, because this game I would say it's more comparable to like Deus Ex, Human Revolution, and Mankind Divided. You know, those games that are kind of like, they have an explorational space, but they're not typically open world, and that's exactly what you get here. You get an explorational space which is detailed, which is very open, but for the first time ever, you know, now we have a Yakuza that is built from the ground up on next-gen consoles. We had Yakuza 0, we had Yakuza Kiwami, and the upcoming Yakuza Kiwami 2, but those games are actually running on an updated PS3 engine of the Yakuza franchise, and this is the first game in the franchise that is running on a true, built from the ground up, next-generation PlayStation 4 engine. You know, and I've seen gameplay of this game, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, but then I finally got a chance to play it, and the way this game handles is just incredible. I mean, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but I want you to pay attention to like the movements of Kazuma Kiryu here. I mean, every single nuance is just displayed. I mean, you can see just the amount of realistic detail that's put into just him walking down a freaking street. The animation work here is top notch. You can see him doing things like checking the time on his wristwatch, fixing his collar. You can see him looking around and whatnot. His feet literally connect with every single thing on the fucking ground. If it's a little bump, he will literally show that. And it's just I've never seen detail this well done before on a console, you know, and I played a ton of open world games again, and none of them have even surprised me to this magnitude before. So, and it really got me thinking, because for the first time ever in an open world game, I felt compelled to explore stuff that was pointless. You know, and it's very hard to get to do that in an open world game. You know, for a lot of us, it's like, okay, we have this beautiful world to explore, but it's mostly just, you know, background. It's like in Grand Theft Auto, you have missions, and you can go and you can run around and shoot people and do all that stuff, you know, but most of us will drive to the missions, we'll drive and see the stuff in the open world. I mean, I'm not going to go here and walk on the street randomly in Grand Theft Auto 5 unless I'm just bored to death. I mean, there's no point. You can't even go into most interiors in Grand Theft Auto. And in here, it's like, if it's modeled, you can access it. I mean, I literally want you guys to experience this game for yourself. Again, it's available to download right now on the PlayStation Store. And if you've never played a Yakuza game before and you really want to see what all the fuss is about, get this demo, all right? Now, the introductory to this demo it's very long, you know, it's just freaking, you have to skip through a bunch of cutscenes, but once you get to this open world part, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, the Yakuza series has always been this franchise that has really been about putting the storytelling first, but also not taking itself overtly serious. You know, this is a mafia style, you know, story here, and it's very serious, and it's told in a very engaging way. You know, but this is also a Japanese game, and it also knows that it has to have fun. It can't just be all seriousness, and it knows how to play both sides, and it plays both sides inherently well, to the point where, you know, you have fun playing this game, you laugh, but you also cry, and you're also very serious, and you believe in the motivations of these characters here, you know. But it just got me thinking. I mean, a world like this, I mean, I just couldn't believe myself when I was playing this game. Like the fact that, you know, again, they changed it from the previous Yakuzas too. Now Kiryu just walks. He doesn't. I mean, you have to hold to run, but that wastes stamina now. Before, you can just run around and do whatever. And you would think to yourself, oh, this is taking a long time just walking down this street. But you don't even give a shit, because you're just like wowed by every turn. Like every single corner, every single street, every single block is packed to the brim with detail. And again, if you see it modeled, you can go to it, and it's just incredible. I mean, really, the big question is, what makes an open world fun to explore? And I'm not saying explore it for the purpose of mission base. I'm talking about simply going there and just walking around and not having any purpose whatsoever. Because I was able to do that for the first time and play this game for 2 hours, just literally doing nothing. There's no missions for me to play. There's side missions I could do, but I'm not doing that. As you can see, I'm literally walking around this street. And I mean, I wanted to go back and play it. I was like, oh my God, I wanted to go back and play this game so bad, just because of the sheer amount of complexity. I mean, it's freaking amazing. And I honestly, I can't wait for this game to come out. I can't wait to experience the other open worlds, or hub areas, whatever you want to call them, in this game, you know, because it's not just this one. I believe there's a second one as well, which is more of like a beachside town. And if this main city is this packed and this detailed, I could only imagine what the other city is going to be like. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, so really, I wanna pose a question to you guys. What makes an open world fun to explore just randomly? and give me a game that you played where you really felt like you were compelled to go around and do stuff for no purpose. I'm not saying do it for about half an hour and okay, I'll go and do this. I'm talking about spend hours at a time going to random places and just walking around, you know, doing nothing and just exploring. I mean, as much as I love Grand Theft Auto, it has nothing on the detail of this game. As much as I enjoyed and liked Watch Dogs, it has nothing on the detail of this game, you know, and it's, you know, again, I'm like speechless here. I'm literally speechless. Please, if you guys have a PlayStation 4, you need to download this freaking game. It's available free of charge. You don't even have to pay anything. The only thing you have to spend is hard drive space. You know, and download the demo. And for those of you guys who have never played the Yakuza franchise before, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts if you try out this demo, you know, especially a game that's very different like this one, you know, that's really made for a, you know, true heart Japanese audience. And we're so lucky, you know, even though we get the games months, sometimes years later, I'm still very thankful that we have this franchise, you know, that comes to the US. And I love it. And I mean, Yakuza has never really given me an experience like this before. It's just a sheer amount of complexity combined with just really great world building, you know? And I mean, I can't imagine, even if the full game is going to take around 25 hours to beat, I'll probably double that just walking around and exploring stuff. I mean, it's really, really this good. And I was really, really impressed. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Again, question is, what makes an open world game fun to explore just randomly for you? Give me a game that you've really liked, one that you've played, and just one where you really felt like, okay, for the first time, you know, I'm engaged and I'm connected with the world, you know, more so than I've ever played with any other open world game. And if you've never had that experience, again, try out this demo. Let me know, is this the game that does it for you? And again, I'm just really interested to hear what you guys have to say. And I'm really thankful that I've, you know, had the opportunity to actually check this out. Again, this demo kind of underwent some weird controversy because when it was released earlier in March, the developers actually gave away the game for free. Like literally, if you downloaded the demo, you could have played the full game for free. And then I was like, oh, good, because I downloaded it on the freaking PlayStation Store right before, you know, right when it came out, actually. And it was then revealed that, hey, you get the full game if you download the demo. But they actually locked it, so they took away everyone's privilege to play the demo. And then, you know, of course, they fixed it up and they re-released it, and now it's out for everyone to play. And that's just, it's just awesome. So I cannot wait for Yakuza 6. You guys know I have the collector's edition pre-ordered. I am unboxing that for you guys here on YouTube. I'll try to make it as interesting as a Nintendo Switch unboxing, and then we'll go on from there. All right. Thanks very much, guys. Have an amazing day, and can't wait to hear your thoughts.